Hello, I am going to be completing my week 5 assessment videos. They are going to include my neurologic assessment, my cardiac, peripheral, and neurovascular assessment, respiratory assessment, and my abdomen assessment. The first thing I am going to do is check my orders, gather my equipment. I have a pen light and my stethoscope here. Next thing I am going to do is wash my hands. Then I am going to introduce myself to my patient. My usual patient, my mom, wasn't able to help me today, so I have my stuffed animal here. I am going to introduce myself though, and I'm going to say, hello, my name is Meredith. I'm going to be your nurse today. I would ask them to tell me their name and date of birth. Provide privacy. I would explain what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be doing my 4 assessments, and it should take about 25 minutes. Next, I am going to raise my bed, the patient's bed, to the appropriate height. To start off with, I am going to do my neurologic assessment. So the first thing that we want to do when we are doing our neurologic assessment is to assess the patient's appearance and their behavior. So for appearance, we want to note items like, how is the patient dressed? Are they dressed appropriately for the weather? We also want to note their grooming. How is their overall grooming appearance at first sight? Do we have any odor that might be really heavy? Do we see any hair or lesions at first sight that might indicate something more serious going on that we need to address prior to doing our assessment? So that's what we want to do for appearance. Moving on to behavior, I want to note items like, how are they responding to me? Are they taking a long time before they speak, or is their level of arousal pretty quick as soon as I ask them a question? Are they responding in an appropriate manner? How is their tone? How is their overall mood? Are they seeming like they're super depressed? Is that something that we need to make note of, Is their speech coming off their tongue really fluently, or are they maybe stumbling over their words? Those are all things we are going to want to look for our behavior portion of this assessment. Moving on, I am going to complete my JOMACs. So for my JOMACs, I am going to ask my patient first and foremost about judgment. So for this, I am going to ask 2 questions that will signify whether their short-term and long-term judgment are intact. So some of these questions might be for short-term.